Lovecraft's hidden secret that no one talks about. Just about everything we know of Lovecraft's personal life comes from letters that he wrote to his fellow authors. And since he was relatively unknown during his time, not much is chronicled by others who might have a more neutral view of Lovecraft's true nature. So this also is an unverifiable extrapolation, but once you process it through the lens of American culture, it becomes rather obvious. Now this is a two-part conjecture, so don't jump ahead of me. Part 1. What is one of the unfortunate characteristics of Americans that still persists to this day and casts us as a rather backward society? Homophobia. And who in American society yells the most about the evils of homosexuality? Priests and politicians who oftentimes, it is discovered, that they themselves are gay. The biggest opponents to homosexuality are actually simply trying to hide their own sexual identity for fear of losing their status in society. Part 2. What is Lovecraft's unfortunate characteristic that makes cancel culture want to destroy his status in our modern society? His racism. So by this line of thinking, Lovecraft wasn't actually a racist. He was trying to hide his own sexual desires for non-white women, African American women especially, because that also was taboo during his time. And even today, many Americans are against interracial relationships. So yes, I am proposing that Lovecraft had the jungle fever. That skinny, goofy white boy was never going to get any of that sweet black booty, and that is what truly angered him. He said himself, "The process of delving into the black abyss is to me the keenest form of fascination." His protagonists were often a reflection of himself, author insertion, but they were not seeking forbidden knowledge, they were seeking forbidden love. The cancel culture idiots like to say that The Shadow over Innsmouth is about Lovecraft's hatred of race mixing, but you can tell that none of them actually read it. But that is not the moral of the story, because at the end, the protagonist is turning into one of the deep ones that he once feared, but he has embraced his newfound mixed heritage. So much so that it has actually empowered him. His cousin, who is going through the same changes, has been locked in a sanitarium, and the protagonist plans to break him out so that they can both join their new family beneath the waves. The last two paragraphs read, "So far, I have not shot myself as my Uncle Douglas did. I bought an automatic and almost took the step, but certain dreams deterred me. The tense extremes of horror are lessening, and I feel queerly drawn toward the unknown sea deeps instead of fearing them. I hear and do strange things in sleep, and awake with a kind of exaltation instead of terror. I do not believe I need to wait for the full change as most have waited. If I did, my father would probably shut me up in a sanitarium as my poor little cousin is shut up. Stupendous and unheard of splendors await me below, and I shall seek them soon. Aya! Rillier! Cthulhu Fatagan! Aya! Aya! No, I shall not shoot myself. I cannot be made to shoot myself. I shall plan my cousin's escape from the Canton madhouse, and together we shall go to marvel-shadowed Innsmouth. We shall swim out to that brooding reef in the sea, and dive down through black abysses to cyclopean and many-columned Yeehaw and Enflay, and in that lair of the deep ones we shall dwell amidst wonder and glory forever." This is Lovecraft's admission of his hidden secret. Here, the father represents society and that era's racism. So being shut up is both literally being locked away, as well as metaphorically being locked out of society and being shut up verbally, unable to express his forbidden love of the African American woman. Deep ones is not a very veiled sexual euphemism, but check out the name of that Deep One city. Lovecraft had hidden meanings in some of his naming habits. That is the city of Yeehaw, getting laid to the nth degree. And the Canton Madhouse is really a mansion cat house. Probably a large brothel that Lovecraft knew of but never visited. Or did he? Hit that thumbs up button so we can get out the message to the world that H.P. Lovecraft wasn't racist. He actually just wanted some of that forbidden punani. Subscribe for more horror, occult, and Lovecraft madness. Do it for love.